right, we're here. I believe people can hear us. I see the little audio thing bouncing back and forth. So I believe we're live. So before we get started, there's a few announcements this week. Next week, there will unfortunately be no show. It's the holiday weekend going on, and we got all of our family getting together, so we won't be doing that. Whoever's got the show on in the background, turn it off. I can hear it. Please and thank you. The video on YouTube will still go up. I will spend some time next week editing this video and popping it on, hopefully Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, no D&D show, and unfortunately no Arcana Inc. show for the next 2 weeks as well, as those are traveling days for the family. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back, adventurers, to the Lost Mine of Phandelver saga with your cast here at Lakeside Legendz. First, we have imra'lyr Sardith, the Shadow Elf Ranger, played by Lore. Kinsley, our firbolg cleric, played by Blair. Me, a changeling druid, played by Arthur. And Francisco Guadalupe del Valle, a changeling fighter, played by Trevor. And let's not forget about yours truly, your DM and master storyteller for this saga, DM David. On our last episode... Thank you. On our last episode, our heroes took the morning to prepare for their journey into the lower plane of Hades. During those preparations, imra'lyr managed to convince Spit, the goblin, to remain behind, as she feared for her fond little friend's safety. Once everything was arranged, Aphrodite led the heroes back into his tower above the Enchanter's Nook and sent them off. As soon as they appeared in Hades, 2 of the 4 party members began to feel depressed and anxious, a side effect of simply being in this miserably gray plane of existence. After much deliberation over which direction to go, the group eventually chose to head over to the base of a nearby mountain. Once they arrived, our adventurers saw a huge door fixed into the side of said mountain. However, the entrance was sealed with a celestial spell, one that could only be broken by someone who was blessed by the gods. Our heroes deciphered the riddle hung outside of the door, and the group's cleric, Kinsley, prayed to her god. With that small prayer, the doors opened and allowed them to cross the threshold. Once inside, our heroes were forced to complete a number of other tasks, leading them through magical door after door. Once those were completed, a final door was reached, and it led them back outside of the mountain. Only this time, they stood on a rock formation, one that jutted out from the side of the mountain. About 50 feet away from where they stood, a figure, dressed in dark robes, stood over an altar that held aloft the spirit of Gundren Rockseeker. And that is where we are now. So you guys walk out of the door, you see the dark figure, and he addresses Francisco. And he says, "Francisco, I didn't think you'd find me here." He pulls back his hood, and you see Iarno Albrick, who was Glassstaff and escaped from the Red Brand hideout. He walks forward just a little bit, so he's in between you and Gundren. "So, what makes this dwarf so important that you travel through different planes to find him? I mean, come on, he's just a dwarf, right?"
Yarno, you killed my friend's friend. And my employer. And you are a traitor to me, Sildar, and our entire order. That is not cool, man.
Actually,
Prepare to die.
that was pretty good.
And I attack.
All right, well, everyone roll initiative.
What? Francisco jumping the gun this time.
So as you're running at him, he yells at you, "Technically, I didn't kill anyone. It was your little friend over there," and points at imra'lyr.
So this is the guy we're fighting?
Yes.
I
I don't remember. I still
Don't
don't know
worry
what's
about it. We're
on.
going to kill him, and that is that.
Okay.
So, all right.
Just, don't hit the guy on the altar. He's
Now
the
it's
one we're
kind of
trying
tempting to
save.
hit the guy on the altar. You know what I mean?
No. I will kill you if you do that.
All right.
Well,
Whatever you say.
imra'lyr, what's your initiative?
Dirty 20.
Oh.
Nice.
I win that so
Francisco.
Mine wasn't great, even after all that bravado. It was 9.
You said 9?
9, yeah, number 9.
Kinsley.
11. And I dropped a gusher.
Oh,
What's that?
And me.
Everyone did much better than me. I got 6.
Okay. imra'lyr, you are up first.
How far away is Gundren from me?
He's probably about 45 feet.
Dang it.
Remember, it's his spirit. Like, it's
Yeah.
not Gundren himself, it's the spirit of Gundren.
I know. He wouldn't count as a creature then, would he?
No.
Nope. Okay. This dude's a wizard, right?
Yeah. I mean, technically.
As far as we're aware.
Okay, I'm just gonna gamble here and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So a creature of your choice that you can see within range. What's the range? Hold on just a second. How far is Yardo from me?
He's like 50 feet away. He's right next to the altar.
Okay, then I'm going to make my 30 feet of movement. And then he'll be in range.
Okay.
Because this is a 30-foot cast. Okay, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And I don't even, I kind of just mumble under my breath because I'm a little flustered. So, it was a wisdom save of 13.
He got a 19.
Okay. Well, that, kind of panicking under here. Okay, that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, panicked and cast the spell. Now it's out.
Okay. Well, it's his turn. So, Yarno turns as Francisco is running towards him and imra'lyr is moving, and he puts his hand forward and he's like, "Isn't anyone interested in how I managed to even get him or anything? You guys are ruining everything."
that's why we are doing what we are doing, no?
Well, he's like, "Well, maybe this will stop you." And he puts his hand up and he's going to cast Ice Storm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, imra'lyr has moved her 30 feet, so she got out of the way.
no.
But me, Kinsley, and Francisco, he's going to cast it on you. So it says, a hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40 feet high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much.
All right. I got a nat 20, boys.
Nice.
I have a +0 to dexterity, so I'm real happy about that one.
Let's see.
Oh no.
That is a 15 for me.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's a 5.
Oh no, Kinsley's the only one that failed.
I could tell by the look on your face.
Okay.
My dice don't like me ever.
I at this point don't use my blue dice anymore because my red one's the only one that likes me.
I
So that's-
literally go through all of them.
That's 6 bludgeoning damage to Kinsley and 3 to Francisco and me. And now I've got to
Right.
do the ice damage.
Okay.
12 ice damage to Kinsley and 6 to me and Francisco.
That's a lot of damage.
That was half my health.
I'm still good. I'm still looking healthy.
Guys still think you can take me?
You know, I'm rather
I am
interested.
more than ready.
I mean, I kind of know a bit about magic and stuff, so I'm interested in how you did all this. So, you know, if you survive after this, you can tell me.
All right, it is now Kinsley's turn.
Oh boy. How far away is he again?
50 feet. Well, wait, let me see something real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's 50 feet.
Okay.
I was making sure that Ice Storm was in range, but Ice Storm is 300 feet range.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
So I'm going
That's
to move my 30 feet. Like how wide is the thing we're on?
So let me pop that open real quick. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet wide, 50 feet long.
Okay. So I want to go. I want to get away from everyone else so that we don't group up like this. So I'm going to move a little bit forward and to the side, but not to the, like, it's a cliff, right? I don't want to be on the edge.
It's essentially like a jutting out point, kind of like imagine like a big version of the Lion King, how they have like the big thing. Yeah, like a point like that.
So I'm going to go a little bit forward and to the side, not to where I'm close enough to be knocked off the edge or anything, but like far enough away from the group that, you know, I'm hopefully not going to get hit all by that again.
Okay.
And I will bring up my spiritual weapon.
Oh, and you have half movement, just so you know, because it is now difficult terrain.
Am I affected by that? I'm assuming not, because I wasn't.
No. Yeah, you're not. Fortunately, that means that you can get to where you want to get, Kinsley, but Francisco and me, it's going to take you longer to get to him.
So I will bring up my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And hang it above him. Try to whack him with it.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That's going to hit.
Okay. It's going to do 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta write some stuff down. I forgot to pull out my notebook.
Get him, Kinsley! Get him!
I'm trying.
Oops. Sorry, making lots of noise.
I don't really hear any of it. So what's this? Like, is anyone else hearing this? Like, click, click, like this?
Yes, like someone's messing with the tap water throughout the house. I think Dad's home.
No, it's Roger turning on the water for her garden.
Oh.
Oh, I can't hear anything over here.
Oh.
See.
Okay, so long as nobody else can hear it.
I heard the garage door opening too, so that's why I was thinking Dad might be home.
I didn't hear that either. Good for me to continue.
Okay, so you did how much damage?
7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I will toll the dead him, so he must make a wisdom saving throw of 15.
He got a dirty 20.
Oh. He's not allowed dirty 20s. We're allowed dirty 20s.
He's got a +1 to wisdom, and he rolled a 19. What do you want from me?
You keep rolling so
Okay,
high.
20.
At least it wasn't a nat 20.
I mean, I wouldn't have. It would just waste that 20.
I guess that's true.
Then that will be my turn.
You can't hit him.
Simple moves like that.
I hit him.
Okay, you hit him.
I did.
7 HP.
Very much. It was not 20.
I can barely feel it.
Shut up.
This guy.
You're
Since
pretty
you guys-
rude.
Since you guys seem to be not even trying, I'm going to go ahead and tell you anyway. Tell you how I stole Gundren.
I'm actually pretty interested.
Well, originally, it's Francisco's.
Well,
While he's monologuing, I'm just going to be pushing through the blizzard. Just a dash action.
The plan was simple. My drow friend and I were going to take Gundren and his map to the Black Spider. However, you conniving little fools got to King Grawl before we could. In an attempt to stop you from taking Gundren and possibly the map, Virith came out from our hiding spot and attacked. I stayed hidden and came up with my own plan. Fortunately for me, I had just been to the black market and had purchased a soul cage. I doubt you know what that is, so I'll tell you.
No, whose turn is it?
Soul Cage is originally a spell with incredible power. Some dark necromancer from God knows where found a way to imbue the Soul Cage spell within. He found a way to put Soul Cage into the needed reagent, a small silver cage.
I want to hit him. It's my turn. I want to hit him.
Oh, now your turn. I'm sitting down and
It's me's turn.
I'm
It's Me's
intrigued. I'm just holding his turn, letting him monologue because
If you hold an action, that means somebody gets to. You're the next person gets to go. You can't just like freeze your turn.
Okay, well, is there a clear sky above us?
No, you're in a blizzard.
Oh, I mean, like, is there like
Sky.
Is
You
it
want
sky?
sky? Is
Yeah, there's sky above you. Yeah.
okay. Well, then while he's monologuing, I ask a question. Actually, yeah, because it's verbal. So, what's your thought on lightning storms? And as I say that, a cloud of lightning goes up into the sky and starts forming in a swirl, and I cast Call Lightning.
Okay, what do I got to do?
So basically, a storm cloud will appear, 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius, centered on a point I see above. So I'm just going to put it right above where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And when I cast the spell, I can choose a point I see under the cloud, and a bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. And each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait.
He's not a creature.
Creature. Okay.
Yeah, he's not a creature. Gundren's a spirit right now, so it's okay. You're fine.
Yeah.
We wouldn't. I don't think he would let it.
I had to think about that for a second.
A creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a success.
So a dex save.
A dex save.
And then what's your spell save?
Or dex of says dex of 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be the standard for all of them.
Nat 20. He's sitting there monologuing, talking, and then it goes.
This guy.
He still takes half as much damage.
Okay.
So
He's
just
just,
roll
like,
all three and
2
cut him off.
hits.
He's just like stepping to the side.
Yeah, 3d10. Ooh. Okay, so a little more.
While this is happening, Francisco.
22.
Okay, so 11.
11.
So, Francisco, go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay.
Arms hurt from working.
Hey, I have a -1 in that.
Oh no.
That's a 12.
A 12. Okay, well, you beat the DC. I mean, it wasn't very hard. So you have worked with Yarno in the past, being part of the Lord's Alliance. Like, you kind of know like his level of like ability, and for some reason, he seems like way more advanced than what you guys were before.
He is channeling the spider.
There's something
something
going
worse.
on that's making him way
He's
more intense than what
Probably
you're
got
used
some
to.
kind of item or something
Probably
that's
using steroids.
He's on
Performance
drugs.
enhancing
Don't do them.
drugs.
I'll never tell you my secrets.
I mean,
It's
you
not that you
know.
really want to tell us your secrets. You're sitting here monologuing.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm kind of interested, you know.
No, that's something I told you I wouldn't tell you. So you...
I mean-
you did your turn, right? You attacked him?
Yeah,
You got
I
the-
attacked him with the lightning,
Okay.
and it was half of 22, which would be 11.
11,
So he
that's right,
takes
okay.
11 damage.
imra'lyr, it is now your turn.
I'm going to very calmly. I've gone into killer mode here. I'm going to take out my gun and I'm going to shoot at him.
Okay,
Twice.
go for it.
Well, I don't hit him that time. I don't think.
Oh.
That's only a 10.
Nope, that misses.
Wow. Okay, mananana. Goodbye.
No.
15?
15. So he is going.
Is he going to shield?
He's gonna throw up shield. Yep.
Ah!
Ah.
That's annoying.
Boom, pops up.
That's
Pa-ching!
Still in killer mode. Just reloading.
Okay. Now that was your whole turn, right?
Yes, I cannot do
Okay.
anything else. I
I
can't
can't
really
help.
do a bonus action unless I hit him. So.
I can't help but imagine Emra in her killer mode, like in a barbarian rage.
There's like fire in her eyes.
I'm just imagining a really buff Emra, just like just shooting her gun.
More like a sniper thing going on here.
That's what I'm picturing.
Well, so he sees Francisco running after him. He's like, you know what, Francisco? I never liked you. In fact, I'm gonna kill you. And he's gonna cast magic missile at a 3rd level at you.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So that's so you create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to the target, and when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the spell creates 1 more dart for each slot level above 1st level. And I believe this is an automatic hit.
It's an auto hit.
Yeah, so he's doing it at a 3rd level, so that means he gets 5 darts, so 5d4 plus 1.
Someone needs to do like a check and see if we can find something that's making him so freaking powerful.
Yeah, because that's not normal.
That's fishy.
14 damage.
14 damage. I'm still fine-ish.
Fine. It's
I'm
fine.
cool. It's cool. I'm a fighter. We're cool.
I mean, I just hit half HP.
So he's like, now that I've been rudely interrupted, it's Kinsley's turn, by the way. He starts monologuing again.
Smack it with my spiritual weapon!
I sit down and I
19.
start.
Himself too much.
19, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Ah!
Ah, what an interesting monologue.
10
10,
bludgeoning
okay.
damage. And then, so that was my bonus action.
So he's walking back and forth.
Will drink my potion of healing. Need that. Need a little bit of that.
Okay. Kinsley, go ahead and do that up. Francisco, it is now your turn. So you're at a
Go.
point where you're outside of the blizzard now.
Okay, I go up to him and I take 2 swings on him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
I believe you can use shield with however many slots you have, correct?
I think it's a reaction. You can do it once per turn as a reaction.
Let me see.
If it's a reaction,
Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, and he's already gone, so now it's a new round, new reaction. Boom, shield blocks it.
He has a +5?
+5 to his
That's-
AC now.
That's,
Okay.
yeah.
That's like
I
a
will take
normal-
my second attack.
Okay,
That is a nat 1.
that's not going to do it.
I'm going to then go ahead and do my action surge. That's BS. I gotta use it at some point. I'm going to switch dice here. I'm going to switch to this one.
You can do it, Francisco.
Okay, awesome. That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, bomb diggity. And I will expend a superiority dice to make it a fainting attack. So that's going to be so it's going to be 15 damage, and my next attack on him has advantage.
Okay, 15 damage, you said?
Yep, and I'm going to do my second attack for that. Okay, awesome. Ooh, that's really good. Okay, so that is a 26 to hit on this second attack.
That'll hit, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
hope
what I
so.
thought.
Yeah.
And that's another 11 damage. And as a bonus action, I am going to use second wind to heal myself a little bit.
Oh, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is 11 points of healing.
Okay. If that is the whole thing,
That is my full turn.
it is now me's turn. You see that Francisco and Iarno are up in each other's business. Iarno has got like this magical like barrier around him, but Francisco keeps swinging and busting through it, cracking the shield, and then it reforms and it cracks and it reforms, just trying to like stave off Francisco. But Iarno's starting to panic a little bit.
So
Does the right feel my steel?
Francisco is at least 5 feet away from Yarno, right?
Yes, he's right next to him.
I'm within.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it would.
Oh,
it would.
so lightning would hit him.
It would.
Unless I hit on the opposite side of where Francisco is.
Smart
Ooh.
boy.
Big brain.
Smart boy.
Well,
So-
I mean, he's right next to him. It's going to be very hard to not hit
But
him.
if
with
you do
something.
the
Well,
back
It's
side
a
of
matter
it,
of proximity. Like
Yeah,
if he
it's-
does it the square on the other side, it
Okay.
won't like go
So-
beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because it's like one square and then a square around that's,
What if the
Yeah.
square doesn't exist because it's off the ledge?
I mean, is he right on the
Are you
edge?
saying he's on the
like
edge?
they're like on the tip, like that's where the altar is. So I mean, unless
So there's not
But
like
if
a
he's-
theoretically, if you had the map, there's not like a 5 square on the other side of him, or in any proximity where
there would be a 5 square. How big is
So-
the radius for the
It's only-
the
attack?
point and then
it's-
5 around it.
Oh,
So
So-
Francisco
okay, then-
wouldn't
Yeah.
hit.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
So I could have tried to thrown him off the cliff. Is what you're saying.
Well, right now it's like
Mhm.
it's Francisco, it's
Hmm.
Iarno, and then it's the altar. So the
Ah,
altar is
okay.
behind him.
Yeah. So it's a
Okay.
3x3 square.
But you
so
know,
that-
they could do the whole swing around thing.
Yeah. If you wanna
Anyway,
try
do
to
your
make
thing.
it
So-
interesting.
So I go ahead and I'm like, this is a very interesting monologue. And I just wave my fingers down and another strike of lightning goes down, making him have to do another dexterity save.
Okay.
And it is positioned 5 feet behind him so it won't hit Francisco.
Oh, he got a nat 1.
Oh, she takes full damage, baby.
Yeah, that's full damage.
I wish.
Oh,
Well, no,
yeah.
that's a lie. I don't wish
Seven.
nat ones did extra damage because that would be
Because then
bad
it
for
would
us.
affect us too.
You guys roll a
Yeah.
lot of nat 1s.
That's
Hey.
19
Yeah,
damage.
we do.
Nice.
Jinx us. Last week sucked. There was like 7
I'm just
for me.
I'm just
Yeah.
sitting on the ground listening to his monologue like, yeah, this is very interesting. Wave.
Okay. It is now Imra'lyr's turn.
Could me have like done a check to see if there was anything that was making him more powerful?
That would take an action, right?
Is that an
Nah,
action or a bonus action?
It would be a bonus action to do something like
Mm.
that. For me. I don't at me. I don't
Okay.
know if that's the rules, but my rule is if you're doing something like a perception check,
It's
we'll
a
do a
house
bonus.
rule
House.
thing. That's more of a
Okay.
DM's choice.
So could
Uh,
me have done that so I don't waste my bonus?
If me wants to make a perception check,
Yeah.
sure.
Because I did say
I'll make the perception, yeah. Cool. Okay, well, it would just perception, right?
Yep, just a perception check.
That's an 8. That's 5 plus 3, so
Yeah, you don't
I'm
see anything.
sorry.
Boo.
Yeah.
You have no
Bully,
idea.
Okay, then can I bonus action check if there's
Okay.
anything?
Yeah.
Perception.
Imra'lyr, actually do it with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay, I will.
Ooh, maybe it's because you're by the altar.
Okay, that's a 19.
So Imra'lyr, for a split second, everything in your vicinity kind of goes dark. Like everything freezes. All you see in front of you is the shape of Iarno, the shape of his body, but it's glowing and it's pulsating. And it's pulsating towards you. And as the pulses get to you, you hear a small whisper. Imra'lyr. Imra'lyr. Boom, you snap out of it and you're back.
How far away is he from me?
He is right now, because you moved over to the side, he's probably like 20, 30 feet away.
I walk
Everyone.
up to him
Faces of revelation. I have no idea what's happening.
and I touch him.
You touch him. So you touch him, and he instantly shocks you. Like the power shocks you. You don't take any damage. It's just jolting. And then he actually notices you doing that, and he kind of steps away for a minute, and he tries to make some distance between you. Have you taken your turn yet?
I
guess
how much of
That
that
was
would
like
have?
a movement.
So
That was
yeah,
my
I'd say
movement.
your movement. That's your movement. So you've done
Okay.
a bonus and a movement. You still have an action.
Can I like do the thing where like the strap of the gun slides down my arm and I take out one of my swords and I go?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll
So I'm gonna attack.
allow it.
I'm gonna attack him with my swordy sword. Nope, not that one. 13.
Misses. He's still got that shield up.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else.
So let's see.
Wait. I have an idea.
In an attempt to get away from you, he's gonna cast Fly on himself.
No.
So he touches himself, and all of a sudden he lifts into the air, and he kind of starts going back to the other side. At this point, the ice storm has kind of disappeared.
I get a opportunity attack.
So do I.
Yeah, because he's just moving.
He's moving
Yeah.
out of our.
I guess you would, yeah. So go ahead, and until let me see how long shield.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20, and then it went to a 2, so I don't hit him.
Yeah, he doesn't have shield on now because it ends at the start of his turn. So you miss imra'lyr. Francisco, what'd you get?
I'm assuming.
Can I grab him instead, or does it have to be an attack?
That's
Grapple?
got you can't grapple unless it's your turn. This is
Okay.
strictly an opportunity attack.
Okay, that was not great. That was a terrible roll. That was only a 10.
Misses. So
I
he
wish my spiritual
manages.
weapon got one.
Wait, so
That is
opportunity attacks would be only if you're near
Melee.
him.
Melee
Mhm.
range. You got to be
Only
5 feet
melee.
away. Yeah. So
Okay.
only imra'lyr and Francisco get it.
Okay.
So he gets into the air and he manages to kind of fly into the air the other side. At this point, melee attacks are not going to do anything to him.
How many feet in the air is he?
So let's see. Let's see what this allows him to do. So Fly says, you touch a willing creature, the target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. When the spell ends, the target falls if it is still aloft, unless it can stop the fall. So right now he can go
He's just
60
flying
feet.
around.
So yeah, he's just kind of like 30 feet and 30 to 40 feet like above and over.
Oh, so he's above my lightning storm spell then.
Yeah, he would have flown above the.
'Cause
the
that's
ice
only
storm's
10
gone and then
feet.
lightning. Yeah, he's above the lightning storm.
So that means I'm gonna have to probably break my spell.
It is now that he is gone. It is Kinsley's turn.
Finish how the weapon is going to go. Wait, how far can I move it? Oh, I can only move it 20 feet. How far away did he go?
Like 40 feet.
That's rude. Okay, well, I at least move it 20 feet nearer to him.
Okay. At this point, he's kind of like above.
Uh-huh. And then... So he's at least 40 feet out.
Yeah.
Is he like off the edge of the cliff?
No. He went back towards the mountain where you guys came out of. He's not going to put himself over the edge. He's not that
Wait,
tall.
then how close is he to me?
So he would have been 40 feet in like an angular direction. So he's probably, actually, you're that way. So he's probably like still
Within 30 feet?
No, wouldn't be within 30.
I have an idea.
Fine. Then I
When it's my turn.
at
Good things
least
will
this
happen.
will help somebody, maybe. I'm gonna guiding bolt him. So I have to try to hit him. And yeah, I'll just do it at first level. First level guiding bolt him.
Okay. So is this just a regular attack?
Yeah, it's a spell
Okay.
attack.
What'd you get?
So that's 18 plus 7.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
So we're gonna do 46. And the next attack has advantage.
Nice.
Nice.
16 radiant damage.
16.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, 16 radiant damage.
Beat
I
him up.
like it. I like it.
And then I'm going to troll the dead him.
Oh, the
Saving
dead.
throw. Oh wait, no, I can't do that.
Oh, can you
Because-
cast a spell?
Yes, I did cast a
Ah.
spell. I forgot. It's not my spiritual weapon. It's not a bonus action.
Yeah.
So then, what can I even do for my normal bonus actions?
I don't know.
Nothing I
out.
want to do. So that will be my turn.
Okay, Francisco, your turn.
Okay, I will switch to my crossbow now, which I haven't used like at all.
There you go.
You get advantage.
I get advantage. Yeah, awesome, and I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Which I will need that advantage. Ooh, the second one was worse. That's only an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And then I will take my second attack. Dang, that's not good. As I don't have advantage anymore, right?
Nope,
No,
it was just the
That's
next
the
attack.
one. Yeah.
There's the one.
I thought it
Okay.
was in.
It's just the next attack.
Well, poop. That's only 13.
Oh wait,
I thought it was
13?
until they got hit.
no, the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next.
You got a 13.
Yeah.
So that would hit, but he's going to boom, shield.
I freaking hate the magic, you know what? Ah! This freaking... God!
Okay, it is now Me's turn.
Freaking
All
muggles.
right. Which one of you is best at hand-to-hand combat?
So yo,
Francisci? Something like that? I don't know.
you call me fan.
How far away is
Francisci?
Francisco from me?
From you, probably like
Yeah.
10, 20 feet.
All right, I walk up to Francisco. I put my arm around his shoulder and I reach out of my bag and I pull out a oh, okay, it's clear liquid. I pull out a vial or a bottle of clear liquid. Do you want to catch that man?
Yes,
Do-
more than anything.
Do
I'll
you
go
want
fetch
to
it.
do you want to beat him up? Do you want to make him bloody?
Yes.
Open your mouth.
do. Okay.
I pour the liquid down his throat. He has drunk a potion of flying. For the next
That's awesome.
for,
The way you open your mouth.
for the next hour, he can hover in the air until the potion wears off, and he can, basically fly up to his movement speed.
So you're not
Yeah.
as fast.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
not
have
as
to dash.
fast. However, next turn something good will come. Too bad I can't cast spells on a bonus
haste.
action.
Mm,
How?
okay.
Oh, how close to it?
So he's about 40 feet from you right now,
This
Francisco.
is gonna be great.
So
That was smart. That was really smart.
It's now Imra'lyr's turn.
I'm going to shoot him, or I'm
Okay.
going to
You're gonna try.
19.
19. That actually hits.
Yes. Okay. Should I roll my second attack?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll it. See if you hit, and then you can just roll damage at the same time.
17.
No, that misses.
Okay. So just 1d10.
See the orb of shield around him kind of like breaks, and one bullet goes through, and then it reforms and stops the second one.
10 damage.
10.
Plus planar warrior, so that's another d8. Which one do I roll? That's plus 6. So
Okay.
what did I?
You said 10.
So 16.
16 total. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is now his turn, and at this point he is panicking.
Oh, he's close. How does he look, DM? How's the flying lizard look?
Is he fabulous?
He's
or is he
he's looking
Like-
a little rough. He's looking a little hurt. He's
Okay.
he's having trouble holding up his shield. Starting to sweat a little bit. He's like, "You fools! You're always getting in the way. It seems every time we try to get something done, you get in the way. That's it. I'm tired of this." And he's gonna cast.
Keep monologuing.
He's gonna cast magic missile at a 3rd level again at Francisco. So,
This is what I am here for, to take all of the heats.
I like take a few steps away from Francisco, like.
Do you have enough health for these?
oh my gosh!
more than
4 out of the 5 dice rolled a 1.
Oh.
Francisco, he only did 8 damage to you.
Yeah.
That's terrible. He is really panicking. He is just all over the place. You see he puts his arm forward and he's shooting out magic missiles, but they're going missing all around you. I imagine Francisco's just kind of like walking all like
Avengers style through the smoke.
Floating up in the air.
Vin Diesel.
It is now Kinsley's turn.
Oh, what am I gonna do? Okay. Can I get my spiritual weapon to him?
Yes, another
he didn't
20 feet
move?
will get it to him. He didn't move.
I'm gonna smack him with it.
Okay.
Ah!
Smack
I
him
don't think I'm
hard.
gonna smack him with it. It's only a 14.
His shield dropped because
Huh?
he finished his turn. 14 hits.
Yeah! Beat him up.
okay.
Slap
Do you
him
damage.
hard.
Do you damage?
Okay, yeah. Let me figure out what level I did this
Did you
at.
really just go? Hold on. This bicep is bigger than this bicep on me, though.
Oh, that was full damage.
just
So
looks
that is gonna be
cartoonish.
12 bludgeoning.
Oof. You see, as you hit him, your glaive actually smacks the top of his head, and he goes plummeting to the ground and hits the ground, and he kind of gets up, and he's like, "You idiots!
Hold on.
You idiots!"
Is he? How far away is he from me?
So he'd probably be like 25 feet from you.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm starting to look at the vial like, oh no, I hope this wasn't wasted.
18.
How much? What?
18.
Never mind.
So he hits the ground, just makes like an indent into the ground. Rubble flies into the air, and he starts to push himself up. He's like, "You idiots! Don't you know? We've already got what we need from the foolish dwarf. You're too late. The spider's already made his way to the caves, and he'll take what's his." It is now, Francisco. It is now your turn.
He is prone, right?
He's prone. Yeah, I made him prone. He slammed to the ground.
I mean, you could pick him up, fly him up really hard.
How do I? Okay. I will slowly walk up to him and pull out. With my great sword, just almost dragging behind me, intimidatingly. I'm going to just drop it right into his back.
Okay.
Just to stab him in the back.
So make your attack with advantage because he's prone.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
What do I feel? Why do I hear?
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits. No
Okay.
matter what amount of
Got
damage
no more
you do,
shield left.
he has only got 3 HP.
Awesome, because that was 18 points of damage.
So you go to put your sword through his back. It goes all the way through, and he actually releases his hands, and he's being held up by the sword and falls forward onto his face. Yarno is gone.
That is what you get for messing with me and my friends. And I Spartan kick him off the cliff. I am holding his body over the edge.
You are still fly. You could still fly and get him.
That's true.
I mean,
I Spartan kick him, and I hear you guys say, they're like, "Oh, no!" And I swan dive off, and I fly down the set to grab the body.
Okay, so you bring Francisco brings
Superman style.
Yarno back up and lays him down. As he touches the ground, all of a sudden, poof, a little wisp appears above him out of his chest. A little blue wisp that's got like smoke coming out of its top. imra'lyr, everything goes dark again for you. And you
is this like the first time I found one of my fragments?
Essentially,
Do I recognize it?
You recognize that it's calling to you. This is something that is calling to you, that it pulsates, and you can feel it pulsing into your body as it goes. And every time the pulse hits you, you hear your name in a whisper in your own voice. Now it is clear it is your own voice.
I walk up to it. Just put my hands out under it.
It rests into your hands and starts to meld into you. As it does, you feel your mind becoming slightly more clear. You feel elated. You feel a little more whole. You feel energy running through to your fingertips. Energy that's familiar, that you haven't felt in a very long time. But somehow it still feels not completely whole. It feels different, similar, the same, but different. But your head is more clear, you are more stable, emotionally, psychologically. There's still little things here and there that aren't perfect, but you do feel a twinge better. Essentially, how this is going to work mechanically, because when you do get all back, you do start to. However, right now the spirit is absorbed into you. The fragment you retained and this new fragment you have are still separate within you. They are not melded. So you don't gain anything from it mechanically, besides the fact that you are now more stable.
I'm not a boss like I used to be.
Yeah. Not quite.
Not
you
yet.
need, like, you figure you need to talk to someone to figure out how to do that.
Okay.
But imra'lyr gained a soul fragment.
Emma, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm actually much better than okay. We need to go to Gundren. Francisco, you can do whatever you want to the body now. That was...
We should probably
Can I loot it?
Sure, you can go through his pockets.
Loot it. I'm gonna go up to Gundren.
I actually had to bring his body back. I realized that. So maybe
So it's a
kicking
good
it off
thing
the
that he
cliff-
stopped you.
Yes. It was a good idea. I have to bring them back.
I was just kind of hoping that this would be more useful.
Sorry, me. It was a very brilliant idea.
Very
Just
smart.
timing.
Yeah,
You know, Francisco, like just fly around, see what you can see. Just don't draw attention to yourself.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
very careful.
I will slowly fly around and make sure and see if there's any other enemies around us. Is essentially what I'm going to be doing while they're freeing country.
And while
Can I
he's doing
shoot?
that, I want to go to Gundren.
Okay.
And I want to do detect magic on what's his face?
And I'm looting
See
the
if he has anything.
body.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So
No.
me, go ahead and give me a investigation. Kinsley, you do detect magic, and you do sense magic coming from the staff. I forgot Yarno does have a staff.
Ooh.
It is a
Can-
beautifully ornate white staff, and on the top you see what seems to be like a crystal, kind of like a glass crystal.
Glass stuff.
Mm.
I'm gonna take it. I will take that.
Do I see
rolled,
anything as I'm doing my flyer
As
around?
you're flying around.
Yeah.
He's being like careful about it.
I'm careful.
Right.
I'm just kind of
So-
looking.
So you're looking around, you notice that you guys are on the side of the mountain. As to how it works that you guys got there through the doors and whatnot, you're not quite sure. But you are very high up. You are within the clouds. Like, you can't see the bottom, you can't see above you. You are super high up, and it's kind of weird and disorienting.
Okay. I'll fly back down.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh, okay.
And I have
Um,
been helping him though, since I was.
Yeah, if you're helping, go ahead and roll with advantage, me.
All right. Oops. Keeps falling out of my hand.
Should I have done a separate one? I should have done a separate
Yeah,
one.
you should have done a separate one.
What'd you get?
I said I rolled a 4.
Oh, yeah. You don't find
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, can I look at the obvious thing, like what he's wearing?
Yeah, he's just wearing a dark robe with gold trim, and on the very center is a black spider on it.
I take the robe.
Okay.
I disrobe him and I take the cloak and I'm like, this is mine now.
Okay, I'll say that since you undressed him, it's pretty obvious that he does have a satchel attached to his naked body. So I'll say that even though you rolled poorly, you still found it because of the actions you took. So you found a little satchel, and within it is 180 silver pieces, 130 gold pieces, and a silk pouch containing 5 carnelians. I think they're little jewels.
Is anyone writing these down?
Wait, 100 and
Um,
what?
Hi, guys.
Silver?
So 180 silver pieces,
Okay.
130 gold pieces,
Okay.
a little silk pouch that contains 5 carnelians. They're worth 10 gold pieces each.
Silk pouch with 10 carnelians?
5 carnelians.
5 carnelians.
Yep. 5 carnelians worth 10 gold pieces each. 2 paradots worth 15 gold pieces each. And 1 pearl worth 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
You also find 2 scrolls. One is a scroll of Charm Person,
Ooh.
and the other is a scroll of Fireball.
Glad he didn't pull that out.
Yeah. And Kinsley, you found a very beautiful glass staff. And if you want to learn more about it, you're gonna have to spend time with it.
What were the paradox worth? I'm just writing this all down as well. So-
15 gold pieces each, I believe I said.
And the pearl was 100.
100, correct.
I don't even take them out of the pouch. I just like look in the pouch, see what's in it. I close it and I just put it around my belt. This is mine now.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
Right now, though, I'm with Gundren, so.
Yep, so imra'lyr.
Right now, I don't know who I am. So.
You run over to the altar. It is essentially a stone slab. It looks very it's very ornate. There are symbols of the gods all the way around it. It looks very beautiful. It looks like maybe this was used to give sacrifices to the gods back in the days when they did that. And sitting on top is a spirit. It is essentially, it is Gundren. You can tell it looks just like him, but there are shackles around his arms and his legs, and you can see that they look normal, but they have purple glowing around them the essence of Arcana going in and out and around, and it's just crazy shackles that are made to hold a spirit.
Do one of you magic users, do either of you perhaps have identify or dispel magic?
Don't have them right now. If we took a long rest, I could.
I'm just,
That
I
would be
think
more
the
time here.
the only way I think to get him out of these, I mean, I kind of like cautiously touch.
So you touch them, and they feel like normal shackles. They feel like normal shackles that, you know what? Everyone give me an intelligence check.
Ah,
I
now
do
my
a
strength's
religion.
it.
Yes, if you want to do a religion, you can, but it's not going to tell you
Not
what
gonna-
I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
If-
well then I'll do
That's a 22.
intelligence.
Oh wow, I got a 10.
I got an
15.
18.
Okay, so Kinsley and me, you guys actually have either read about this somewhere before, or you've heard about it in some way, shape, or form. Me probably in the library from when you were a little girl, and Kinsley probably in the chapel that you're from, where they have lots of scrolls and stuff hidden away. And you guys recognize that these are essentially a fabricated type of shackle that's made to hold spirits. Usually it was used to hold bad spirits and imprison them, and stuff to keep them from coming back. Essentially what it does is all it does is holds a spirit in a place, so it cannot move and be free. It can't move on, so it's stuck wherever it is. Other than that, they act like normal shackles. Like, as far as breaking them or opening them, they're pretty similar to just a regular one.
Okay, so we don't necessarily have to dispel them.
No.
Like if we release him, then he's free.
If you dispelled it, it would free him. The shackles would be remained, but he would be able to go in and out of them. But as of right now, he can't.
Is he like aware, or is he like?
He's out. His spirit is like. So he's been here so long. Like
Right.
for him, he's a commoner. His spirit is a commoner. He can't take this kind of stuff. So he's just out. You can tell he's kind of like lethargic, and he's muttering under his breath a little.
I should have bought some actual picks, lock picks.
Francesco, whatever. Come over
I'm
here.
very insulted that you keep messing up my name. Just call me Fran. En serio, más fácil así.
Franny?
Fran.
Just get over here.
Fine. I'm coming. Déjame, che, loco.
I hold up, like I kind of like present the chains. Break these things.
What, do you think I am some kind of animal or Superman? I will try, but we will see. I make a strength.
You said you're the
I-
stronger person.
So
here.
you can either attempt to try to break them with your hands or hit them with your weapon. What are you doing?
I was going to hit them with my weapon if that's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna hit them with my sword.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack. Both Kinsley and Francisco, if you're both going to attempt it, make an attack roll.
Oh, man. My dice are not treating me nicely today.
See, I don't think my spiritual weapon is still up.
Yeah, that's only a 10.
Yeah, 10 dink.
I look at
Mine.
Misco disappointed.
Friend Miska.
No!
You're supposed to be
why
the
don't-
strong one.
I hand him my sword.
Mine was
You
also
do it.
10.
Yeah, no, 10, not going to do it.
Okay. I take Francisco's sword and I attempt it.
Do it with
That's my
disadvantage.
great sword.
Do
Do it with
Disadvantage?
disadvantage because you don't know how to wield those.
So I rolled a 6 the first time, then a 17. Both of them would be with a -1 because of my strength.
Yeah. Nothing.
See, I told you it wouldn't work with me because I'm not the strong one.
Was
That's
making a
supposed
point.
to be
He can't
you.
even lift up
Does
the sword.
anybody carry lock picks?
No, but I've got chili peppers and whiskey.
You
have
know
a
what?
crowbar.
I'm going to try my crowbar and see if I can get some leverage. And
Okay, go ahead. Give
what
me,
am I rolling?
Give me a strength check. Because you're trying to wedge.
Okay, great. Oh, what? No. Okay, that didn't want to happen. Okay, let's try you. 2. Well, -1, so 1. Oh, my dice ran away.
I will cast my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I will try to smack it again.
I look to Kinsley. Now there's someone
That's
who
a natural
shows promise.
20.
Nice. Okay, so now do
See,
your
I
damage.
told you she had promise.
Against Shackle.
Do your damage.
Oh, do my damage.
Yeah, I mean it's got an HP level essentially.
Okay. Are we doubling the dice?
Yes.
16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you hit the shackles and they shatter. It's as if a chain reaction. You hit in one spot and a chain reaction goes where it implodes all the way to the other hand and down to his legs, and he just kind of lays there for a minute, still muttering, and then he slowly starts to fade.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do we want that?
He's free now. We can try bringing him back again.
This is what was keeping him from us. Keeping him from returning to his body.
I call out to him, Gundren.
imra'lyr.
We're going to bring you back. You have to make sure that you listen and come back.
Where am I? What's
Hell.
going on?
Can I grab him?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and touch him, grab him.
Okay. As you go to reach, your hand just kind of goes through, but he shudders, as if he felt it.
I walk by and put my hand through his head.
I smack me.
Francisco.
Yes.
Turn into imra'lyr. We need to get back as soon as possible.
Wait, he's turning
I turn into Emery.
And I grab everyone and
Oh, and I grab your nose
holding
body.
each other. Yeah.
I'm still kind of holding just.
But I'm holding on.
Why
When
are you
we
all
call.
touching me?
Say it again. Imra'lyr.
Listen for us. We are going to call for you. Listen for Father Joseph, the one that Fenris introduced us to. Come when he calls.
I will try. Disappears.
Okay, everyone's touching. We're just
Why
waiting.
am I being touched?
Touch him in the nose.
Okay. So you guys all Francisco turns into imra'lyr. That is the signal for Aphrodel to get you guys out of there. So you wait a few minutes and nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, imra'lyr, you hear in your head, Imra'lyr, this is Aphrodel. I'm at the base of a mountain. Where are you? You can reply to this message.
We are halfway up the mountain.
So you hear in your head again, can you come down?
Hey, friend, how much time do you have left on your spell?
Well, I believe I've only had it for how much time has passed?
It's 1 hour. It's 1 hour.
You can fly all of us down one at a time.
But it's only up to my movement speed dashing.
Yeah.
Can I make it down?
Wait.
If you're not in combat, that's more of a DM's discretion rather than
Okay.
So I mean, you guys.
Well,
are...
the question is,
Go ahead.
the question is too, would he be able to make it back if we
Right.
were to stay here?
back up and down.
So, Franny, I kind of put my hand kind of on his cheek and kind of slap it a bit. You probably
Nice.
won't make it all the way down. And push his face back a bit. So, I mean, here, and I put I shove him back, and suddenly he feels faster, and I cast haste on him. You feel like a buzz, and
Like you've had way too many energy drinks.
What's happening?
So now you should be able to get down there and.
So like now you have like action. You have like double. I don't even know.
You have
anymore.
double-
it'd
it's
be
double
super
movement.
fast.
And
I'll
two-
say,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say with the haste and the flight and all that stuff, yeah, you could essentially dash everyone down to the base of the mountain real quick.
Like carry two of us
Also-
under your arm.
You also have +2 bonus AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and additional gains an additional action on each turn.
All right, cool.
So
So
we
yeah,
can
I guess
zoom
I
us
fly everyone down the
Taxi.
mountain, I guess.
Okay.
I am an Uber now. I am now Hermes.
Eh,
I sit on his shoulders with his head between my legs, and I'm just
Oh
like,
my god.
go.
I'm at half health right now.
Half health. I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds you while you take me down.
Okay.
So Francisco spends time going up and down the mountain. When he's flying up and down, he notices it is very high up. You guys are probably like a mile or so up, maybe more. So it takes you a little while to get up and down. Eventually, you make it, and as you come back down with Iarno's body, right when you land, potion ends. You just barely made it. And as you guys...
Really?
That was disconcerting.
No, it's still
That was
useful.
really close.
That was that. Hey, we did not waste a fly spell.
My
Okay.
fingers are like digging into Francisco's scalp. That was
Really
really
hurts.
Do we see
That
Aphrodite?
really hurts.
Yeah, so as you guys are all landing, Aphrodite ran up to the first person that got down there. He's like, sorry, these spells only kind of get me generally in the area. They can't get me exactly where I need to go. I was able to make another cubic gate that got me here. Getting back, though, we're just going to use plane shift because I can do that, but I can only do that once a day. So I needed a gate to get here. I spent all night making one to make sure that I could get here when you guys were done.
Can I insight check him?
Go ahead. Yeah, make an insight check.
While he's at, I'm just gonna give him a hug.
Okay.
I rolled a
hugs you
2,
back.
so no matter what, it probably won't be. Yeah, that'd be a 4.
Yeah.
So
He seems pretty legit to you. So he's like, okay, quickly, I hate being in this place. I don't want to be here any longer.
Yes.
Everyone
Yes,
grab
yes.
hands.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, boom, the portal comes up below
Are
you
you
guys.
still? Are you still me?
Yeah, I'm still you. I'm a buffer version of you though, because like I've been carrying people. I'm like a little like, muscle little bulging.
Okay.
Gosh.
So
the barbarian rage Imra.
There you go. So the teleportation circle opens below you guys, and all of a sudden you see like the smoke and stuff coming up, the magical arcana wrapping around your legs and kind of like getting ready, and then the beam of light, and you guys are teleported back to the mortal plane. So you guys pop up outside the city gates, like Aphrodite was saying. These spells kind of get you in the general vicinity. He hasn't been able to set up an actual like gate at his enchanter's nook yet, so he can't get exactly. But you guys pop up right outside on the eastern side of Neverwinter, where the river actually flows into the city. And as you go there, you guys appear and everything. You guys feel all normal. You're finally back to the mortal plane.
Let's go. Let's go. I grab Aphrodite's arm and I start like running.
So as you guys start to go, all of a sudden, Francisco, you hear a voice in your head. And it's not one you really recognize. It says, "So, you survived. Interesting. Your group is much stronger than I thought. It is no matter, you will die soon enough. Follow me and perish."
Is it that black spider talking?
He's the only one who hears it, right?
Francisco's the only one who
Grammy.
hears it.
What are you talking
Frankie,
about?
what are you talking?
I'm still running with Aphrodite.
Cállate. I'm listening to something.
Ah,
You are saying you are a black spider, yes? No? Yes?
No response.
I'm
I
grabbing
woken to my
both.
magical powers.
I'm grabbing both me and Francisco and running after Imra because she's not turning back.
Okay, so Aphrodite, imra'lyr are running, and then Kinsley grabs Francisco and me, and you guys are running.
I'm still carrying Yarna's
Okay,
body.
I was making sure someone says that, and you're not just leaving him there.
Yeah, no, I still got his body.
Okay,
I've also turned back into myself.
okay. So where are you guys running? Where are you
The
going?
temple.
Okay, so Aphrodite kind of stops, and he's like, imra'lyr, we've got a little bit of a problem.
Yes, I have a dead body in my arms.
Yes, that as well. Yes, but we can deal with that. But you don't happen to have another diamond, do you?
Oh, yes, Kinsley,
Oh.
we never used it.
I didn't. You're right. We didn't die.
Yes, it was great. We all lived. We survived
I-
hell.
Dig into the bag of holding and I hand it to Aphrodite.
Okay, so you hand it to Aphrodite, and let me see something real quick.
It was like a
Cleric said
500
does not
or-
feel very good.
Is it
Yeah,
the yours?
it was one that was worth 500, correct?
Yes. It was because I was gonna be able to use it for
1,000.
Revivify,
Okay.
and I think that one has to be 500.
So this one needs to be worth 1,000 gold pieces for resurrection.
Let me see if I wrote down.
Does Miro coquette to you guys? I mean, I know he's been active Weird, but he looks a little sick right now.
I'm not even listening to Francisco. I know that Fenris probably has some, but I don't think I should steal from him.
And that's for
I mean,
the
he would be really, I'm pretty sure, fine with it, but it doesn't feel right taking one without his permission. It's one thing to,
Imra'lyr,
yes.
Do
do
it.
you think that he's going to care if it has to do with one of his friends? Bringing Gundren back to life?
Pretty man is right. You should do it, elf lady.
We're going
Can I do
to
an
address.
insight?
We're going to address you later. Right now, we have more important things to worry about.
You can do an insight on.
I
me
want
if
to
you'd like.
insight him and see if this is now me just
Being a
being
boob.
a booger butt, or if me is still actually messed up.
I haven't heard
Bad.
booger butt in so long.
I think booger butts all the time. That's how we answer the phone. Hey, booger butt.
I haven't called.
That was
it
a
in
mom
while.
thing.
22.
So me is now back in the mortal plane where he's used to, but it is a rush of the nature and the feeling of the everything around. So he feels really out of it. It's a shock to his system.
Is it the regular me, or is he still?
So- He's everywhere right now, trying
Oh.
to reestablish himself. He's gonna. It's like essentially jet lag.
Ah.
But it's the jet lag of being reintroduced back into a place where he can feel nature and he can feel the lives. It's just a shock to his system. So
Wait,
he's,
Got it.
Who's Ulrich? Wait, Ulrich.
I'll snap out of it.
I'm going to go drop off the body while you guys go get the diamond. Is that what I understand? See? Yes.
Aphrodite, would you maybe be able to communicate with Fenris and just say, "Hey, Imra needs a diamond. She'll pay you back somehow."
let me see real quick. Sending, I believe, is an actual spell, not a cantrip, correct? It's a third level spell, and he's cast it twice already. And then plane shift, I believe, is a 7th level.
Man, he's a pretty high level.
He
Yeah,
is, but
he's
he's
a
not a
beast.
warrior. He can't fight at all. Okay, so yeah, he can send a message to Fenris. So he sends one
Just
off.
be super convincing and tell him it's for me and that is really important. And don't tell him why.
So he's just like, okay, and he walks over to a corner kind of away, and so
I follow him.
So kind of quietly, he's like whispering into his hand. He pulls out the little copper wire, and he goes, Fenris, Guntran's dead. Can I borrow a diamond to resurrect him?
Can I hear him?
He walked away.
Make a perception check. Yeah, he walked away.
I followed him, so I hear this.
I was gonna grab you.
He's trying to be quiet. So
I was gonna grab you and cast lesser.
I got a nat
22.
Okay, yeah,
I got a nat 1.
I smack him. What are you doing? Stop! Don't you
imra'lyr, he is a guy. He's going to want to know what happened, and he's going to want it plain and simple, and then he's going to say it. Shut up. Yes, see, it's fine. He said it's fine.
Okay. I know where they are. And I start running to Fenris's house.
I don't know what
cast lesser restoration on me. I don't know if that's going to help.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be for, like, poison and stuff.
Right. So it is a spell that's supposed to help with that. It is nature related, so I'm going to say give me an Arcana check to see if we can use it in that way.
That's a natural 20.
Me, you snap out of it. You are back.
2. How are you feeling?
Good.
The Fenris's house.
I am off to the Lord's Alliance to drop off Yarno's body.
And I'm just gonna pause with me for a little bit and stop running around.
Am I?
We're back in Neverwinter. You're
Already?
kind of not yourself the entire time we were there.
Wait, we did it? We're done?
Well, we did free Gundren's spirit, but we still have to bring him back.
Huh.
Everyone's headed over to the temple. If you're ready, okay.
I missed Hades?
Well, you were very different in Hades. You weren't yourself. You were a Chad, I think someone said.
Chad? I mean, I'm kind of sad because, I was kind of excited to view Hades, but dang.
I don't think it was good for you.
I don't get to remember any of
you.
Yeah, I don't really mind that I wasn't me for a bit, but like, I missed Hades.
Well, maybe. Well,
that's like being on a road trip and falling asleep partway through and missing the really cool city.
I mean, it is pretty void of life and, well, everything. You didn't miss much except for being attacked by really large beetle men. That's about it.
I think I remember something about that.
Well,
not much about that.
I'm sure it'll come back to you. Pat him on the back.
I hope so.
Okay, so at this point, as everyone is splitting to do their own thing, we are going to take a short break.
Oh.
It's 7:30. It's close enough to 7:30. It's a good place to take a break. So we are going to take, for those of you watching at home, a 5-minute break. We'll start again around 7:30, 7:31. So anyone that has to pee, go to the restroom, can do that. So we'll be back. Thank you. Anyway, we can get started. Francisco, we'll start with you. So you are taking Iarno's body back to the Lord's Alliance. So you guys end up making it to the front gate, and as I've mentioned before, the guild halls are all there in kind of the square as you go through the front gate. So you're rushing over to the Lord's Alliance. You see the barracks with the 4 pillars and the big lion shield on the front. Yeah, saying hello to everyone as you go by.
Scaring a dead body.
Yep.
Hey there.
It's okay. It was a criminal. It's okay.
So you make your way inside, and where are you going?
I'm going to the guy at the front desk.
Okay, so you go to the front desk, and essentially just trying to drop off the body and get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to avoid paperwork.
Yeah. That's the only part of the Lord's Alliance I don't like.
Yeah. So you walk in, and the normal receptionist guy actually isn't there. Instead, you see a young gal there that actually has kind of come to and from the Lord's Alliance a few times. In fact, you recognize this young gal. Her name is Julie, and you've actually gone on a date with her once.
Oh.
So you walk up, and she's got like shoulder length blonde hair, skinny little girl. She's probably in her mid-20s, athletic build, blue eyes, and she kind of is like putting her hair behind her ear, and she's just like taking notes. So she's sitting behind the desk. She notices.
Julie, how are you?
Oh, Francisco, it's so good to see you. How have you been?
I've been well. You know what? I don't have a lot of time. I have somewhere to be, and I'd love to talk to you more. And I dropped the body onto her desk.
Ooh.
I have a dead body. I had to do. This is. So you might want to write this down and report it to the commander because I seriously don't have time right now. This is Iarno, the traitor, the wizard that was leading the Red Brands. You have pen and paper, yes?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Iarno, traitor to Lord's Alliance, was killed in Hades, another plane, working for...
What in the world were you doing in another plane of existence?
It's a long story. He basically trapped the soul of a dwarf in another plane of existence for magical power, I believe. Something like that.
So you can go to another plane of existence to chase after this guy, but you can't even call me back?
I don't have a way to come back.
I thought we had a great date.
It was a very good day. It was very nice, and I would like to go again. But I have been in Phandelver for like the last month. I was sent ahead with Sildar to make like a police force there. I've been doing an investigation. I've been really busy, but I meant to call you back. I promise I meant to call you back.
I guess that's a good excuse. Fine.
Okay, you know what? Okay. I am going to go resurrect this dwarf, and I can tell you all about the last month, and we can talk, have dinner tonight. Are you free tonight?
Yes, I am actually. That's fine. Pick me up when I get off. I'm off at 8.
Okay, I will be here at 8. If you could give the commander my regards, and I'll see you at 8.
Okay, well, first, take the dead body and put it in the chair over there. I don't want it all over my desk.
That is a fair point. It is kind of gross. And I put it in the chair. I kind of like, I see someone's someone's desk and could grab it, put it on like his loincloth area. He's naked.
Yeah, I forgot. He took his clothes.
What a loincloth body.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I will see you at 8. It was nice seeing you again.
It's great to see you too. 8 o'clock sharp. I can't wait.
8 o'clock. Okay, see you. And I rush out the door.
Francisco seeing somebody.
I know. He's seeing too many.
Nothing ever happened with the priestess, okay? I only asked a question, and then she hasn't gotten back to me, okay?
But there was also the banshee.
Look.
Ah, yes, the banshee.
My mission president taught us something. He said you always need to be finding new investigators. Even if you're teaching a golden investigator, you need to find new investigators.
This applies to wife.
It applies to
yes.
dating, apparently.
You cannot date one person only. You have to date around, and then when you find the good one, then you commit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that was the original thing. You go on dates, you're not dating.
All right, so we are going to shift gears over to imra'lyr and Aphrodite. you guys are making your way over to Fenris's house. You guys make it to that side of town, and you see his big, beautiful house. What would I say? Pink or purple doors. Very,
Yeah, pink door.
very
Blue house, pink door.
extravagant. Very, very in your face. Very Fenris. And you guys make it to the front door, and it's probably later in the day, so I'm gonna say like all the servants and stuff, they're like kind of off for now. There's nothing going on. They're not cleaning. So Aphrodite walks up to the door. He kind of pulls out his key ring, his many rings, and he's going through trying to find the right one. And nope, wrong one.
I pull out my key. I only have like 2, so I open it and I run in.
Oh, hey, wait. Okay, so you run in, and where are you going?
Oh gosh, where would Fenris keep his diamonds?
Fast.
Okay, so I don't know if Aphrodite would actually have seen what I'm imagining Fenris would have shown me. Because Fenris kind of just showed me everything and said it was what's his is mine sort of thing.
Right. So Aphrodite probably doesn't know this house
About
as well
like
as you
the
do.
treasury sort of
Right.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
Aphrodite and Fenris are good friends, but they're not boyfriend girlfriend. So they're not on that level.
Right.
So,
Okay. Aphrodite, could you wait right here in this part of the apartment, part of the bedroom before going into the bedroom, and just stay right here.
oh, why?
Well, I'm going to go get what we need.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. I guess I can do that. So he kind of turns around and he like walks over near the door. There's a nice little bench there. So he just kind of sits and he's like, "All right, go and find your diamond, I guess, whatever."
I'm sorry, I just don't know what he's shown you. I run in. Can I tell if he's like trying to be sneaky about like
If you want to make like a perception check to see if he's following you or anything,
following me, casting like a spell or something?
go ahead.
18, 19, 20, 22?
Yeah, so you don't. Aphrodite's a pretty straight on the level guy. So
Yeah.
He's
I'm
not...
just being super cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I go in and then I find like the little seam in the wall that's kind of like by the bed, but not, and then I go in and I walk into this like really grand, like kind of fairy tale Urza's armory sort of thing. Except it's got gems and clothes and mannequins and shoes and like it's just decked out with rich woman sort of level. Or if you watch a K-drama and you watch the guy and he's like getting his watch and his tie sort of thing, but it's like almost like more of a Rococo Baroque sort of feel. So, and then I go over to where the jewels are kept and then I pick one out. One of the diamonds that I need, I tuck it away and I write a little note and I put it in its place.
So make an intelligence check real quick.
Oh, dang.
Brain power time.
Intelligence? Oh, that's a straight 15.
So looking at it, the one you picked up, like Fenris has taught you a little bit how to gauge like the worth of a diamond and how big they are, and you notice the one you picked up is actually a little too small. So looking at what's in front of you though, they all seem close to the same size. So go ahead and give me a perception or investigation check to see if you can find the right one.
I'm never putting the microphone on this side again. It's so awkward. Oh, no. You said perception or investigation?
Mm-hmm.
13.
So you're kind of struggling to find the right one. You're just
I
not
grab
sure.
some of the biggest, and then I come out Aphrodite, do you know what you cast spells? And you use diamonds? Do you know?
I use diamonds all the time. I need them for enchanting and magic and everything.
Yeah. Do any of these look about right?
Let me see. So he starts picking
just
them
have a
up and
handful of
looking,
them.
and he's gonna make an intelligence check real quick.
Make a belly chain, make some diamond earrings.
Like one of those belly dancers, sort of like top things.
Mm-hmm.
Become a disco ball.
Deck yourself out
Adding
in
disco ball.
All right, so
I'm the girlfriend who doesn't take advantage of her rich boyfriend.
There you go. So he rolled a 19. So he, after looking at the ones in your hand, instantly pulls one out and he's like, "This one will do. Go ahead and put the rest back. I'll wait for you here." And he kind of pulls out his little coin pocket and he puts the diamond in there, kind of out of sight, out of mind.
I still have the one
So-
that was for the Revivify, by the way.
Right,
I
right,
kept
right.
it when he said that it wasn't going to do it.
So I put all the others back. I give my note a little kiss, and I put it in the spot.
Okay.
And I put it back. I lock everything up. I don't make sure you can't see it. And I come out. Okay.
Okay. So are you guys, so Francisco, where are you heading now that you're done with that?
I'm assuming that everyone was going to go straight to the Abbey,
Okay.
the temple. That's what it's called.
So,
Yes.
so
I'm heading
just,
there.
just so you guys know, it is actually getting pretty late in the evening.
Is Francisco going to miss his date?
Well, it's probably about like 6-ish, and the temples usually close around that time. So
So after I had lesser restorationed me, we went straight there, and
Okay.
I would have looked for what was it?
Father Joseph.
Father
Joseph.
Yeah.
And let him know that, hey, we're gonna get Diamond. His spirit is free. We need you.
okay,
Except
so,
in more of a Kinsley way.
right. So imra'lyr and Aphrodite are on their way there. Me and Kinsley are already there, and Francisco's making his way. So Kinsley and me, let's go back to you guys then. So you guys eventually make it to, what is it called again? The House of Knowledge? I gotta look at my notes real quick. I gotta see which one's the one with the bards. Do-do-do.
I'm trying to remember. Kinsley, what is this place? I don't think I've been here yet.
Yes, it is the House of Knowledge.
Oh, right. Yeah, you weren't here the last time. We tried to bring him back.
Yeah, this stuff is new to me.
This is where we're going to try to bring Gundren back.
Ah, I see.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Hogni84, House of Knowledge. He's on top of it. Or she. I
And
don't know.
takes better notes than us.
I know. Better notes than
No.
we do.
Oh, what notes? I'm a terrible
I
player.
was really good when we started, and then this whole Gundren thing happened, and I was like, no.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 sessions I've not been on.
All right, so you guys make your way to the House of Knowledge. Kinsley and me, you walk up the beautiful marble steps and make your way into the grand temple that they have there. You make your way to the front counter, and you do see there is a priest in robes who's got a lute strapped to their back, kind of just sitting there. And as you walk in, he looks up and he's like, "Oh, yes, can I help you?"
Hello. We're looking for Father Joseph. Is he here?
Yes, he is. He would be back in the altar area. Let me double check. I'll be right back. So you see
Thank
he
you.
turns around. He turns around and he heads back towards a door kind of in the back and goes through there. 5 minutes pass or so, and he comes back. And he's like, "Yes, Father Joseph will see you now." And he opens the door and leads you guys back there. He takes you down a few hallways here and there, and eventually you do end up in that same room where they had Gundren before. You see that Father Joseph is there and he's waiting, and he actually has Gundren's body still there, and he's like, "Oh, so you made it back. Perfect. Where is everyone? Do you have the diamond we need? Are we trying again? Is he saved? What's going on?"
So
That's
we
all
freed
good.
his...
we freed his spirit, and Imra and Aphrodite, they went to go and get a diamond for the spell, and I think Francisco's on his way. They should be here any minute if you are able to do the ritual again.
Yes, I believe I can. It's been some time. I've regained my strength, so should be able to do it. So as you guys are finishing your conversation, actually, Francisco and imra'lyr and Aphrodite.
Faster, Aphrodite!
Did I make it? Am I in time?
Francisco, come on!
I am
I'm
running.
And then with Aphrodite being a wizard, I run back to him and I start helping him because he's proud. Let's go.
I'm asking.
That's so fast. I can't run that fast.
Fenris can run this fast.
Fenris is a bard. He exercises daily.
It's hot.
What am I? Chopped liver.
Me? You are a pizza.
I ask Father Joseph.
Is there any assistance you need in the ritual at all? Anything I can do to help?
Well, I mean, it helps if there's more light in here, if you want to light the candles and whatnot. As far as the ritual itself, I think I've got it handled.
Okay.
I go ahead and I start lighting
Okay.
candles everywhere.
Okay. So eventually, imra'lyr, Francisco, and Aphrodite do join you guys.
I'm like squeezing the life out of Aphrodite's arm.
Ow, stop it. Oh, I can't feel
I'm
it
not
anymore.
that strong.
Oh.
While all this is happening, I'm also kneeling and praying, saying a little prayer to Saloon.
Okay. So you guys all get in there. Kinsley has the room lit. Father Joseph comes over. Do you have the diamond? Are we ready? Can we do this? It's past my
Father Joseph.
bedtime.
Aphrodite.
What time is it?
Okay,
Is this expensive?
Here.
Joseph, the diamond.
What time is it?
Thank you.
It's one of Fenris's, so
Oh, wow. Thank you, Fenris. He's always
Yes.
been one of my favorites.
mine too.
So he walks over to the edge of the altar, and he holds the diamond in the palm of his hand, and all of a sudden his eyes go dark again, as they did last time, and you see the tendrils of smoke coming out, and the darkness comes around, and you see the darkness begins to swirl underneath the altar, and then all of a sudden Gundren's spirit appears above him. It still looks tired. It still looks worn. But it looks like it's breathing easier if a spirit could breathe. Its movements are more fluid. And it kind of falls and begins to meld into Gundren. And all of a sudden the body of Gundren wakes up.
I drop Aphrodite's arm and I run over to him.
That was interesting.
Oh, what happened?
Sorry.
I don't remember where am I?
You're in the Temple of Knowledge. Father Joseph just brought you back.
I go up to him and I put my hand on his shoulder and I tell him, you know, the only thing you need to know is that imra'lyr saved your soul. Not only your life, but your soul. That is very important.
He looks up at imra'lyr and he smiles. Thank you, my dear friend.
I just hold him and cry.
Also, like, I try and whisper it to him so no one else can hear. Also, it was very difficult, and I know you hired me. I know you just came back to life. They're like a reward for saving your soul.
Aphrodite comes up behind you, kind of grabs you and pulls you back.
I am sorry.
Father
Seriously
Joseph,
though, what time is it?
Looks like it's almost 8.
I got to go. You know what, guys? I will be back. I will
Francisco.
find you. I will go back to it was you after that we had the mansion. Yes, I'll go back to your mansion or tower, whichever one, and I leave.
Okay.
I wait
Francisco?
like a few minutes for him to leave, and I'm like, as heartwarming as this is, I'm very curious. So,
Yes,
I
tell us
kinda-
everything.
I added
Yeah.
I added
Please.
distance, start following Francisco.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's finish up in here with imra'lyr, Kinsley, Aphrodite, Gundren. As imra'lyr, as you're holding Gundren, Father Joseph comes up. And he's like, my dear, he's going to need some more rest. Maybe give him some space, let him breathe.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just so relieved.
Lay back down, lay back down. So he puts Gundren down and he starts like feeling around, and you see as he puts his palms like on Gundren, they light and they disappear, and the light comes, it disappears. Like, seems like everything's pretty much intact. So I think he's just gonna need a lot of rest. We have some extra beds here. We'll keep him here. We'll take care of him. Fortunately, we can do that. So
Thank you.
maybe go home, get some rest, relax, and then maybe he'll be better in the morning.
Can I tell what he was doing?
Yeah, go ahead and either Arcana or Religion check.
My religion is way better.
Start keeping tissues in here.
So that is going to be an 18.
Crying.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you recognize that as soon as like his palms were lighting up, you can see that it was feel like the celestial energy and whatnot. Essentially, what he was doing was highly advanced medicine checks with Arcana, so he could feel and sense where the body was and like how the insides were. Essentially, it's a magical form of X-ray to make sure that there was nothing more to do, because you knowing that resurrection does a lot of great deal to the body. Like it's a lot. So he is exhausted. He wants to make sure that he doesn't need to go get someone else to deal with more stuff that Gundren may have going on. So he can just use little bits of magic here and there to make sure everything looks good. And if he did see something, he would have grabbed someone because he couldn't do it anymore. He's spent. So that's what he was doing. But he says that everything looks pretty good. So
I may have to learn.
You're really amazing here.
you're
I
very-
did not know bards were so powerful until I met
Oh.
all of these people.
We are incredibly powerful. This is one of the few classes that can do almost anything.
That's true.
And you are very welcome to come and join us anytime you'd like, young lady.
Thank you.
Fenris has taught me a couple of bardic spells while bringing me here when I met Father Joseph.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We always need more bards. And know the power of music is pretty incredible.
It's true.
Fortunately, I can't sing or I can't.
You can always learn an instrument. You don't have to sing. I don't sing. You see, he points to the little lyre on his back. He's got like one of those little harps. He's like, I just like to pluck on this thing once in a while, and it makes me and others around me feel better.
Very good.
And see, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go and get rest, and I
Right.
will have someone check in on Gundren and move him to a more relaxing place. But I suggest all of you go home, get some rest. From what I understand, you probably had a very long day.
Yeah, that's true. Couple of days.
Month.
Yes,
All right.
thank you so much.
So Father Joseph turns and he leaves the room. And you guys did it. You saved Gundren. You brought him back.
I run up to Aphrodite. I run up to Aphrodite and I grab his hands. Guess what?
What?
We didn't only save Gundren's soul. We got a piece of mine back too.
Oh my goodness!
That stupid wizard had one, and it made him more powerful.
Wizard? What? Oh, the body you brought back. That was... Who was
the
that?
wizard. That was Iarno. He worked for the Lord's Alliance. He was an acquaintance of Francisco's, and when we fought him and I touched him, my soul shard was in him. He was using it for power, and now I have the 2 pieces because of the one you and Fenris helped me get before, but they're not connected, and we need to talk.
Is that what the little light was?
Oh, yes, my soul was sort of shattered by a mage when I sort of burnt down a place, and it's kind of a long story, but that's why I met Aphrodite and Fenris. Gundren introduced them to me so that, because, you know, Aphrodite does planar work, so he's been helping me with that, and I feel really good about it, and I'm a little more confident about staying with all of you and staying with just everyone.
Aphrodite gets a little smirk, kind of knowing what you're talking about.
Honestly, I was contemplating if I didn't get a part of my sanity back. I look at Aphrodite. I was thinking of leaving you all.
I had a feeling, and you know that we would have never given up on you.
And, you know, the rest of us would probably have just come after you. You're one of us.
Thank you. That means a lot. I've never been a part of something since I was a child, like a little child. So it feels good having people around who care about me. Speaking of, how did Fenris sound when he replied to your message that you gave him too much information on?
You know, a little frantic, but...
Did he hear my name when you were talking to him?
No, I didn't mention your name at all.
Okay.
I simply said we needed to borrow a diamond because Gundren was dead and he needed to be resurrected, and he assumed the rest that we'd go to Father Joseph and he'd bring him back and everything would be okay.
Okay, but he's okay?
Yes, he's alive and well. I mean, he wouldn't have responded if he wasn't.
Right, but you could respond and still be in like a bad place.
I'm not gonna keep burning spell slots just to have a conversation with Fenris. You can see him when he comes back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we are going to switch over to Francisco and me tailing behind him.
D&D day!
I'm better dates in real life. It makes it awkward.
I make sure that as I'm running out of the temple place, I take note of it. Remember the place and name, and then as I'm running out, I cast invisibility on myself.
Yep.
So that way Francisco can't see me following him at all.
I don't think Francisco would care.
Yeah.
It's more for the receptionist. Just to think she's on a private date.
Okay. So, Francisco, you eventually make your way back to the Lord's Alliance. It's about 8:02, 8:03.
You're late.
So you're a little bit late. You see, she's sitting outside. She has her. She's sitting on the steps. She has her legs up to her chest, just kind of sitting there, looking a little.
Okay, I kind of stop at the corner, like try to catch my breath because I've been running the whole way.
No, go up to her.
Keep running.
Okay, and then I go over. I make sure like I seem like I'm a little bit winded. Like I was running, but not too winded to seem like, you know, I'm not
out
weak.
of shape. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want her to think that I'm like, that was a good 3-mile run. That was very, very fun. Yeah, how are you, Julia?
Oh,
Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Just like what, 3 minutes, 2 minutes?
that's okay. That's okay. I'm so glad that you came back. So what did you want to do? Where are we going?
Right. You know what? There is this nice little restaurant. It's a little bit of a hole in the wall, but it has a very nice pasta there. There's some wine. They have some fine wine. It's very good. It's healthy mostly. I'm trying to bulk up, trying to eat more protein. So yeah, it's a little restaurant around here. Circuit, I believe it's about 5 minute walk from here.
Oh, perfect. She runs up to you and just puts her arm around yours and cuddles up to you, and you guys start walking. It's been so lonely lately. I just haven't seen you in a long time. And how have things been? You mentioned a lot of things going on. I didn't catch all of it. You were in such a rush. By the way, the commander is not very happy that you didn't stay and give him a full report. He told me
Yes.
he told me to tell you he wants a report on his desk in the morning.
I'm not surprised. Well, the reason why I rushed off was because I was still technically, I guess you could say, on the clock. I guess I was rushing to my friend's resurrection. It's more like employer. It's the friend of my friend's. Yes, resurrection.
Okay.
It's a really long story. I can tell you over dinner, and when we get to the restaurant, I kind of give a very brief version without naming names. I kind of purposely avoid naming people.
Giving too much.
Yeah, just in case, because I've become a bit more suspicious of people over the last couple weeks. So I like, yeah, this happened, and then we kind of went here, and then we fought a dragon. I emphasized the dragon fight because I thought that would be like the coolest thing, Drink
She's
some
swooning.
wine. Yeah.
You have a fangirl.
And this is a normal day for you?
Yes, it's quite normal. Always in danger for other people, never for my own sake. It's always to help those who cannot help themselves. I am always concerned about those who cannot defend themselves. It's what I try to do as part of the Lord's Alliance. You know how we are, saving the people.
Okay, so pause on that. You are following them. They made it to a restaurant. They're having a nice dinner. What are you doing?
All right, so I go ahead and get into the restaurant before them. I go ahead and see if I can check out to see if in the restaurant I can find the most intoxicating drink possible.
Oh no.
Okay. So go ahead and
Perception is-
give me an investigation check.
Okay. Come on, treat me better, dice. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay, so you're still invisible, so you're kind of like behind the counters and stuff, shuffling through things. All these guys are a bunch of commoners, busy. They're not on the lookout for someone invisible running through their restaurant. And you're kind of turning bottles, looking at labels, and you're like, 4%? Is that high? I'm not sure. Maybe this one. And you grab one that's probably like maybe a little more alcoholic, but not the most alcoholic. So, and
Yeah,
what
good
are you
enough.
doing with it?
All right, so I'm gonna wait for them to come in, and I'm gonna sit there and wait for when, like, if they order a drink or get glasses of water.
Which Francisco
can-
does.
Okay, yeah, the girl, Julie would as well.
And so as the waiter or whatever is coming up with their drink, I fill other glasses with them, and I try to put them on the tray and swap them out real quick.
Okay. So give me a sleight of hand.
I should have never used the blue dice. It says 7.
Okay.
Oh,
So as soon as you go to try and swap stuff, the waiter's got the drinks up and he's carrying them over and he sees these glasses lifting off. And he's like, "What in the blazes is going on?"
I whisper in his ear, just accept it.
And he flails. He's gonna flail his arms and he's gonna see if he whacks you. Oh, he only rolled a 5.
Oh.
So you duck out of the way and you manage to slip the drinks underneath your clothes so that way they turn invisible as well. And you kind of slink off and find another hiding spot. And he's just looking around.
Do I notice this?
Make a perception check. I guess actually, what's your passive perception? Because you're
My
not
passive perception?
you're not actively looking.
Not actively. My passive perception is not that great. It's 10.
10? Well, that's enough. I mean, it's not a very big restaurant. So yeah, you see a commotion going on. You look over just as this waiter's kind of freaking out, and some other guys are running over to talk to him. Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? What are you talking about? Some invisible glasses? Like, you hear snippets of the conversation.
While they're distracted.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I know, like, if someone I know would be
Yeah.
around
I mean,
me?
Imra would.
Go ahead and
No,
go
that's-
ahead and make an intelligence check.
That's not great. That's 10.
Well, I mean, you feel something fishy is going on, but you don't think it has to do with you. You think maybe that waiter's had a few too many. Maybe
Can
he's drinking on the job.
Can I see if Can I see if Francisco and the lady are like both looking in the same direction?
Yeah, they'd both be looking away if you want to try to put the
All right,
glasses on their
I put the
table.
glasses on their
So-
table.
So
I didn't
okay,
think they allowed people to drink on the job. It's really weird.
I know it's so strange. Usually waiters don't do that, right? I mean, I don't go out very often. I don't do this very often at all. So I mean, I don't really know, but
You're the only one.
honestly, I haven't been on a date since our last date. Just no one has seemed right.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
So you guys are having that conversation.
Yeah.
Me, you're gonna
getting
give
lost.
me a sleight of hand versus Francisco's perception. Not passive. You're both gonna roll.
Okay.
Heart of cards. Dang it!
What'd you roll?
That's 3.
I got an 11!
So me successfully slides it on the table and takes the glasses that were there and pulls them off because they would have been like, you know, coming around refilling drinks and whatnot. So you successfully replace it with a more alcoholic beverage, slightly more, not a
Okay.
lot more, but slightly more.
You have to remember, Francisco drinks a lot.
Can I use shape water to change the color of this liquid to match the one I swapped it out for?
What were you trying to do? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Can I use shape water on the drink to look the same color as the one I swapped it out for?
So you would have to do something like prestidigitation or something that actually change it, because shape water is not going to change the color. It's going to
shape
change.
water does change color.
It does change color.
Yes, it
Oh.
says change the water's color or opacity.
Oh.
The water must be changed in the same way throughout. This changed the last 1 hour.
Okay, yeah. So you go ahead and cast change or shape water, and it changes to the right color.
I'm gonna be gurgly in my stomach when it starts changing back.
In exactly 1 hour.
Okay, so you do that, and so Francisco and Julie, they're still having their conversation, laughing, having a great time, and both of you are now going to make Constitution saving throws. She's a commoner, so she's got plus nothing.
Do I get advantage because I drink a lot?
No.
That would just have to do with your constitution.
Oh, that's okay. I got a 24 anyway.
Nice.
Oh.
You got, so you're not feeling it at all, and she actually got a 16, so she's holding her own too. She's like, this is really good. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I kind of feel a buzz, but I think I might need something stronger. She's like shaking it around.
That is fine. This is just enough for me. I like to try and keep my head a little bit more clear.
I don't want to be the only one getting drunk. I'll just stay with this as well.
Okay. The accident.
He's
So
yes.
So the date goes really well. You guys have a great conversation. Me shenanigans don't really work out, unfortunately, but you guys are feeling good. You're having a good time.
I drop her off at a respectful hour at her home. Make sure she gets inside safely.
We're not done yet. One more thing to try. All right. I'm sitting here at a crossroad. So I can either make this really nice for him, or I could try to completely ruin it.
So it's more fun to
Tempting, but I'm trying to be a better person.
So much more fun to ruin it, though.
I know that. All right, you know what? You sealed your own fate by putting that in my head. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead.
What makes you think Francisco wants this to go well?
I use druid craft and I create a harmless sensory effect that makes it sound. It makes specifically Francisco and his date smell the most disgusting stink bomb-esque smell possible, and it's just nasty.
like one of
no.
really
I make it to where only she smells it.
Francisco,
Yes.
do you smell that? Oh, did you fart?
No, but I have been covered in blood, and did just come back from a plane, but I don't smell anything.
Is that? I mean, I guess I haven't smelt it until just now. But let's get away from here. There's something around here that smells disgusting.
Yes, I will walk you home. It's probably safer at home.
How long does that last?
That is, let's see. It doesn't say a time. It just says instantaneous.
Okay.
And it's a cantrip, so I can use it whenever I want.
Okay, so eventually the smell is going to fade as they walk away. She's like, oh, it must have been something in that area. That was...
It must have been like a
I kind
stink
of follow
about or something.
I cast it again.
Oh, Francisco,
I make
are you
it-
sure that that's not you?
I swear I haven't been farting, but there
If
could be something in the area. I have
if
no idea. Maybe a stink bug. I don't know. And
As she
I promise.
gets closer to Francisco, the lower she goes to Francisco, I make it stronger.
Francisco, it has got to be you. Eventually you guys do make it to her house, and she's like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what's going on. I'm going to assume that it's just maybe something doesn't sit with you just right.
You know what? Yes, Yes, I was farting. I was trying to be stealthy about it, but I am very sorry. Yes, it is terrible. I have terrible gas. It's probably the least attractive thing about me. I'm sorry. I was a second date, so I assumed maybe you'd be okay with it, but it is okay if you are not okay with it. I'm just going to go. You have a good evening, and I walk away.
As soon as he walks away, I make it smell like flower fields. Most wonderful smell she's ever smelled ever.
You're conditioning this woman to her around Francisco.
Maybe I did drink too much. She turns around and goes inside.
I kind of sneak to the window and with druidcraft I can make a flower blossom or thing. Can I see if she has any flowers or anything in her house?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Ooh, that's a 19.
Yeah,
plus perception, which is 24.
She's got potted plants inside. She's got some
flowers. I make them all bloom, and they're all like pretty. They're kind of swaying a bit.
I can't tell if the universe is trying to tell me that this was good or bad.
She needs to go get some a fortune teller, tarot cards.
Maybe I'll just go and see someone in the morning. So she goes upstairs and goes to bed. We are going to switch back over to imra'lyr and Kinsley and Aphrodel. You guys finish up over at the House of Knowledge. Gundren gets all tucked away. He's safe. He's resting. He's good. And you guys make your way back towards the Enchanted Nook. Talking along the way about your adventures, telling Aphrodel what happened in Hades, because he was only really able to see you guys, couldn't really see what happened. So you guys kind of talk about that. Eventually you get back to the Enchanter's Nook, and you see that the lights are still on in the actual, like, tower itself. And Aphrodel's like, that's strange. The boys should have closed up by now. What's going on? So he goes and he walks inside.
Oh, no.
And as you guys
Sheepishly follow him.
as you guys walk inside, you guys see that Steven, Fabian, and Spit are all in there, but there are ropes hanging from the ceilings and some flag-looking things, and you can see that it looks like someone drew like a skull and crossbones on a thing. And you see Spit is standing there with a pirate hat on, and he's got like a little eye patch on. And Fabian and Steven are running over, and they have some swords drawn, some little wooden swords. And Steven's like, "Avast, matey! Let's get 'em!" So Steven and Fabian come and run over, and Spit's like, "You'll never take me alive!"
I run over to join Spit and I take out my swords. Captain, what be here?
Fabian and Steven stop instantly, and they're like, they look at their little wooden swords. Hey, that's not fair. We're not.
I start twirling
them, weapons.
Doing all fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I run up and I'm on Steven and Fabian's side, and I cast my spiritual weapon at a 3rd level.
All right.
And instead, it's a pirate sword and not the glaive, but it still has like a moon. It's a crescent.
That's awesome. So you guys all start to play and play battle, and Aphrodel walks in and he's like, "You guys, this is still a house of business. What are you doing?" Well, I guess it is after hours. So
Come on, Aphrodite, let off a little steam.
All right. So he walks in and he pulls out his little dagger that he's got on him, and he jumps into the fray and starts playing with you guys. So
I have my crossbow out, but I have like I take off one of the arrowheads, and instead I like stick something soft on there, and I kind of like, I don't shoot them, but I shoot at them and not make sure not to hit any of the stuff in the shop.
Right. So
if I do hit someone, it's not going to hurt that bad.
Okay, so you guys are all playing. Eventually, Aphrodel walks over to you, Kinsley, and he's like, yes, so, you mentioned something about wanting to buy my nice glaive in the corner?
Yes, though it is a little bit out of my price range right now.
Okay. So, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, imra'lyr's your friend, and imra'lyr's my friend. So I thought, friend of a friend, we could maybe set up some kind of payment plan?
Okay. How about this? I know about the whole investigation to the Wave Echo Caves and what Gundren was doing, trying to find all this stuff and trying to reopen And from what I understand, there is quite a bit of gold and whatnot in there. So how about this? The glaive is worth 300 gold pieces. If I give it to you now, and you give me a down payment, then the rest plus a little interest once you're done, and the glaive is yours.
I think that that is more than fair.
Okay, he walks over to the shelf, and
Let's see if I can actually use it. I think I can.
he pulls Nightingale off of the rack and brings it down. For those who do not know, this is one of Aphrodite's weapons. He is an enchanter. He will take items and enchant them and resell them. So he got this beautiful glaive. It's a 6-foot red oak polished pole with black leather wrapped around the middle for a grip. On the bottom side of the glaive is a gold-plated full moon orb nestled in as an ornamental stopper. The blade on the other end reaches 18 inches in length. The first 12 are straight and the last 6 curve slightly upward to a beautiful point. And where the blade meets the pole, there's a black and purple ribbon that hangs down about 6 inches. Just a beautiful pole arm glaive called Nightingale, and it is a +1, so it is a magical item of my own creation.
I believe so. It's a martial weapon, which I can use.
All right.
All right.
So down payment, I'm going to say at least 50 gold.
Okay, let's do the 50. It'll be
Okay.
about half of what I have.
And then when you come back from Wave Echo, it will be 250 plus 10% interest. So a total of another 280. 10% on the original price, which would have made it a total of 330
So 280 altogether that I will owe him.
that you will owe him. And this is because you're a friend. And if I don't get paid back, it will just have to come from imra'lyr and Fenris.
Well, I don't want that to happen. So
Oh, I'm
unless
sure
I
they don't
die,
either.
unless I die,
Oh, well, if you die, I would hope that imra'lyr would just bring me the night glaive back.
that would be.
I'm still
up to
overplaying
her.
this bit.
I'm
Doing some of my blade dancing. That is my specialty. Showing
Why
it to
can't I,
spit.
like, when I'm trying to think of his name, I can't think of his name.
Which one?
Who?
Steven Fabian.
No,
Spit?
this guy I'm talking
Aphrodite?
about. Aphrodite. I know it starts with a.
Sorry, I
an
picked
A.
kind of fun names.
280. Okay. Okay, it's in my notes.
Okay.
And then, so now I have to get rid of the thing. Okay. So it's just a +1.
It's a +1 glaive, yep. So that's +1 to hit and +1, I believe, to damage as well.
Yes.
Plus whatever your modifier is.
+1 glaive.
Yay, you have Nightingale.
Yay.
We're all singing different stuff.
I know.
So Nightingale.
Da-da-da.
Yep, Nightingale. Eventually, Francisco, you do make it back to the Enchanter's Nook. You walk in and you see chaos. You see Spit
Quiet.
and Lore fighting Fabian and Steven and
And me now with
Kingsley.
my glaive.
Yeah, now with her glaive.
I'm practicing like spinning it on my own.
I'm like dancing around her, spinning my swords.
So what do
Yeah,
you do?
we're having fun.
Alfred, may I use your shower?
Yes. a weird question, but yeah, that's fine. It's not
Do,
really.
do I smell to you? I go up to him like I'm kind of wafting, like. Do I smell funny to you?
I mean, you smell like blood and sweat, but that's about it.
Weird. I'm going to take a shower anyway.
Okay.
Where be the shower?
Let me show you. So you guys
Okay.
exit. You guys exit the nook, and you go over to his place, and he shows you where it is. As you walk over, he starts talking to you about all the stuff that he has and all the things, trying to talk to you about like different like trying to sell you stuff essentially. And he's like, "Did you notice that beautiful shield I have hanging on my wall?"
Yes. Yeah, sure, yes. Stuff, yes.
Does it interest you at all?
Sure, I can look at it in the morning. Sure, yeah. It's okay.
So not committal, like
Yeah, I can look
It's
at
like
it.
trying to pass a kiosk in the mall, like, being polite but not wanting to commit to whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of, but Francesca's a little bit more concerned about
Whoops.
smell. Yeah, he just like keeps smelling himself.
Sorry, guys at home. I opened a window and it blocked the game.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. It was just opened up a screen. It was weird. So you guys are kind of talking. You're kind of pushing off Aphrodite. Just like, yeah, maybe later. And he's like, okay. Eventually leads you back into the house, and he leads you to the restroom and shows you where the wash bin is. And he shows you how and where to get the water and fill it up. And he shows you this little attachment that runs a hose from the bottom to the top and essentially makes a shower function, but it's like recycled water. So you're essentially washing yourself with your washy water. He's like, yes.
It's like taking a bath.
Yeah, essentially it's just a shower. Either way.
It is fine. I think that works. It's okay. I just need to clean myself as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Great help.
Yep.
Great help.
You're very welcome. So he leaves you, and eventually you make your way back to the nook as well.
I'm gonna do some. So
The coup de grace.
Episode of shenanigans.
I am currently right outside of the workshop or whatever.
The enchanter's nook.
Yeah, the enchanter's nook. And I'm sitting here contemplating. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Let's hurts me do. He does his changeling thing, and he changes into a tall, very rich, very pretty kind of woman, and he uses his like extra set of like the fine clothing he has or whatever, puts it on. It's kind of, I guess he can't really be that tall if he's going to be trying to use because I have to make him wear different clothing.
Oh, you went dark.
Otherwise it'll be obvious. I didn't think that part through. Real quick, can I see if there is any person nearby me?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. 17 plus 5, so that's over 20.
You see Aphrodite coming out of his house, walking back to the nook.
I don't see anybody else.
Nope, everyone else is inside. No one else is around.
Ooh, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use my disguise kit because I forgot I have this. And the disguise kit allows you to... I'm trying to see if it allows... create a visual disguise. It doesn't say anything about clothing.
It's like a makeup kit for theater.
Okay.
Basically.
So what I'm gonna
Like
do
prosthetics.
is I'm rummaging through my bag, and I see this new cloak I got. I'm like, I don't know where this came from. And so I'm going to use the disguise kit to put like the makeup stuff over the black spider thing to essentially make it not look like the same cloak.
Okay.
Um,
So go ahead and give me, what would that be? Just a dex check? Like how does...
Deception.
Yeah, probably deception. Give me a deception
Alright.
check to see how well.
okay, that's an 11.
Okay, well, I mean, you cover it up to the point where it looks pretty black, I guess. Like you get rid of the gold embroidering of the spider. But yeah, I mean, it looks passable in the dark.
All right. And then just kind of go on it. I put like I have some rope. I put like a ring of rope over my like shoulders and fasten it with like a backpack. My backpack, you know, have it on my back or wherever. And I kind of like make my things kind of like dangling from my backpack. Like some of my pouches are hanging and stuff, so it looks like I have this kind of coolish looking thing. And then I change my physical appearance to look more like, I guess, like a woman or whatever. And I try to kind of make myself look kind of like I'm not quite a commoner, but like, you know,
Like more rich,
yeah, like I have a
more
little bit of
noble.
money. Yeah, and I'm using my fine clothing to kind of like, you know, put it around. So I'm trying to look, you know, as different as I can
Right.
with clothing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So what are you doing?
And I go into the workshop.
So you walk in, and there is chaos going in. And as soon as you walk in, everyone stops. And then Fabian walks over, and he's like, excuse me, ma'am, but we're closed.
Oh. Are
This
you?
is kind of a private party, man.
I heard the commotion. I thought you guys were still open. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. If you want to come back in the morning, we can totally take care of you.
Okay. I would really appreciate that.
Can I see what's going on?
I'm kind of like trying to stay directly behind him.
So,
they can't really see
knowing
me.
that most people are aware what time this place closes, at least in the area, can I do like an insight thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Give me an insight.
Who is this person? Why is she here so late? Nah, I don't think so. 8.
An 8? Yeah. Man, just looks like a regular lady. So Fabian actually goes and kind of takes you and kind of walks you back to the door.
What time do you open?
We'll be open around like, I think it's around 8. You'd have to, let me check with my brother. Hey, Steven, what time do we open? Gosh, Fabian, if you would just pay attention, maybe wake up early, come and open the shop with me, you would know we open at 8. Oh, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we open at 8, so we could, like, see you then, if that's cool.
Okay. That'd be very lovely. Thank you. I go out the door, and immediately I start walking around, like, out past the workshop, behind the trees and stuff, start taking it off angrily, like, dang it, why does it have to be closed?
Okay, so Aphrodite
And I walk
eventually...
in normal.
You walk in normal? Okay.
I'm just
So-
like, so.
I point
So
my
dudes-
sword at him. Whose side are you on?
And I'm like, I'm twirling my glaive.
Come on, me.
Pirates.
Taking a shower.
You see, you guys all of a sudden see off the banister, you see Spit. He comes up and he's like, I am the king of the pirates! And he puts a dagger in his mouth and he grabs the nearest rope and he swings down.
hit me. Hit me.
He rolled a 2.
Can I like be like trying to like
So he grabs it and he instantly slips.
Okay, I run over. I drop
Can I
Nate's
run to
sword
try to
to
catch him too?
Okay, so yeah, whoever's gonna try to catch him, give me dex checks.
Let's both try to do it, and if we fail, it'll be beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got a straight 8, so
9.
Okay. Anyone else gonna try to catch Spit?
I suppose I will. What am I rolling?
Imran and I
just a
run
dex
into each
check.
other.
My dex is not very good, guys. And that's a 3 plus a 2.
Okay, so no one catches Spit.
Three-way crash.
Yeah, you guys all miss, and then Spit is falling probably about 10 feet, so that's a d6 of bludgeoning damage. Straight up 6.
Oh,
Yeah, so he conks his head pretty hard. He's just like,
Ugh,
why did I do that?
why did you do that? I run over to him.
I don't know.
I'm the king of the pirates. I do what I want.
I go up to Spit, I put my hand on his face, and I'm like, I choose your side, and I go ahead and I cast Healing Word.
Oh,
So it's
Oh.
1d4 plus 2.
okay.
Rolled a 1, so that's 3 HP back.
3 HP. He feels a little bit better. So you
Okay.
guys do the
I'm sorry,
shenanigans through the night. You guys play and whatnot. Eventually,
Letting off steam.
letting off steam, just kind of relaxing, enjoying. Now that you're back from Hades, you don't feel so depressed and anxious and crazy. So you wake up. Or no, I'm sorry. You get all ready to go, and then you all make your way back to the house, and you start getting ready for bed. Is there anything anyone wants to do before bed as you're getting ready? You've all got your own rooms in Aphrodite's big house. Spit actually
own
goes. Yeah, you all got your own rooms, but Spit actually goes and sleeps in Steven and Fabian's room on their bunk beds. As you guys were gone, they actually became pretty good friends. So,
Aww.
That's
So-
cute.
If it's cool with Aphrodite, I'll make some dinner
yeah,
for those of
Yeah,
us who
as-
didn't go on a date.
that would be
For-
amazing.
Everyone, as you guys are walking in, was kind of like walking out in the towels, kind of poking around through the covers, you know, only in the towels. All my
Francisco.
ripped glory. Yes, hello!
Is this your house?
No.
Then
Can
go
you
put
please
some
just-
clothes on.
I
You're
use
making
druid
it me
craft.
uncomfortable.
I use
But I do
druid craft to make
have- I
everyone
have-
smell a gross smell around Francisco.
Oh, oh, what is
Francisco,
that?
maybe you should go back in and do it again.
You
Ah,
guys I just
I just wanted to make dinner.
okay, I
Oh,
go back to
other
I go and shower again.
Are there windows in the kitchen?
Yeah,
Like a
there's-
door.
there's-
I like open it up. Oh.
as soon as Francisco walks away, I disperse the smell.
That
Oh,
is a little too.
That smelled
Wait,
fishy.
Not only fishy.
He's
Can I
gonna-
hit?
Aphrodite's gonna do an Arcana check.
Ah.
Oh yeah, he smells magic in the air.
Yeah, I'm sitting there at the table. I have this really smug look on my face.
Aphrodite looks
Can't-
over at you and it's like,
I look at Aphrodite.
I just rolled an 18 on no, it would be 18 plus 4 on insight.
yeah.
Can
You look over and you see the smirk on me's face, and you kind of get what's going on.
I'm
Well-
giving them the look like,
At least he's not in here naked anymore.
At least he's showering.
Eh.
You hear singing from the bathroom.
I'll be right back, and I go up the stairs towards the bathroom.
Okay, so Kinsley makes you guys all a really nice dinner. Me goes to mess with Francisco a little bit more.
I shake the water to make it look like it's blood. and then I make it look like purple. And I start making it flash rainbows.
It's just a disco in there.
ew! That's your nasty. That's your nasty. You're. Ah!
I'm just looking through the little like a peephole or whatever. I'm just like, ugh.
You know what? I don't think this water is good for washing.
Francisco, don't take too long. Others of us want to get clean too.
You know, I think this water is no good.
You know what? I think it's just you.
I make the water really cold now.
Okay, I am leaving this. I am gone, and I dry myself off and I go downstairs to eat again.
Okay.
I follow
Are
from
you wearing
behind.
clothes?
so-
I am wearing clothes. This is
Okay.
more my casual wear, though.
Okay, the shenanigans stuff.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah, so eventually you guys all sit down to dinner, have the wonderful meal that Kinsley made you all. She makes you some beautiful farm fresh type food, farmhouse stuff, because that's kind of what she ate growing up with her little family. And you guys eventually all make your way to bed. You guys sleep soundly and everything's all fine and dandy. In the morning, you all wake up and go downstairs, and then you hear a frantic rapping on the door.
That's a long rest, correct?
Yes, everyone got
When I
it.
double cheeseburger, hold the list, no seeds on the bunny, right? Rapping at the door, right? That's what
Wrong kind of rapping.
No, I'm sleeping. I'm just kind of up. Afrida, someone's at the door.
Oh.
Hey, do you have any potions to grow hair before Fenris comes home? I don't want him to see this. Afrida, I go to his door. Afrida, someone's at the door. Do you have potions for
I'm
my
walking to the
hair?
door.
Aphrodite comes out. He goes and walks past imra'lyr and just
Hey.
and goes down to the front door, and he's like, okay, I'm coming, just please stop. He walks over and opens it, and there is an exhausted looking Gundren. He looks like he just looks totally worn out, totally beat. He looks like he must have hobbled here somehow. And he comes in, he's like, and Aphrodite's like, oh my gosh, Gundren, come inside. What are you doing out there? Come in. And he brings him inside, and Gundren walks over. He's like, oh, thank you, Aphrodite.
Did I see? I didn't follow Aphrodite.
Well,
Do I?
if you guys want to come
I went towards the
downstairs,
door.
whatever you're doing.
Yeah, Francisco's already downstairs, casual dress, reading a book, one of those fancy chairs. It's something he's always wanted to do.
That's
It's kind of like, oh,
Rubbing the sleep from my eyes coming down the stairs.
So Gundren
I went back
walks-
to bed.
Okay,
I'm
so
exhausted.
So Gundren walks in and he's like, Aphrodite, I need your help. I think my brothers need help. I got home and there was a backup of all this mail and all this stuff, and I was going through it, and there was a note, a letter in Thardan's handwriting. It just says, "Come to the cave, help." And that's where we're gonna end our session.
No, there's so many things I want to
It's no.
I have a list of things.
Spread them out.
Spread, yeah, you can't do everything all at once.
Yeah, you can't prank me with everything in one session.
All right, guys.
Oh.
Oh, popping open stuff. So a little bit shorter session today, but we actually got through things pretty quickly. Had a fun time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the pretty crazy session. Hope you all enjoyed it. Keep in mind that next week there will be no episode because of 4th of July week. Families getting together. Gonna enjoy that. For those of you who watch our Arcana Inc. show Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this Sunday and next Sunday will also be canceled as those are traveling days for the family, unfortunately. So 1 week off of Dungeons and Dragons and 2 weeks off of Arcana Inc. And then we will be back We'll be back the following week to find out what happens with Gundren's brothers. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Do we have any other announcements? imra'lyr.
Oh, we got a donation.
Yay!
Oh!
So thank you
Yeah.
so much for that,
Thank
Huggy.
you.
That's so awesome.
That is our first donation.
Yay!
Thank you so
Yay!
much.
Yeah. Shout out to
That's
Hogney84.
amazing.
We're gonna have to
Thank you.
frame that now. We'll pull it out and we'll frame
it
it.
in
And
our
we'll
audio
say
first.
first donation, Hogny84.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much, guys. We appreciate it. Anyone else? Any other?
Yes. I will also, on my YouTube channel, Bardic Inspiration, will also be taking a break for similar reasons. I just won't be in the studio to be able to work on any music, so nothing's going to get put out.
I will also not be streaming at all this week. Due
We're
to
all out. Everything shut
Yeah.
down.
everyone's
down.
out for the
Yeah.
week.
Sorry, guys. I
Yeah.
guess you'll have to go back and watch episodes 1 through 10.
Again. Catch up, guys.
Share,
If you
spread
are-
the love.
If you are new viewers, you can check out our YouTube channel. Just type in Lakeside Legendz. It'll come up, Legends with a Z, just like here on Twitch. We do have our own website now, lakesidelegends.com. If maybe later on you feel like you want to donate too, we do have a link to the donation page there. Go to the home page, scroll down, look it up about the about stuff, and there's a little link to the donation. I should make a bigger button for that. Probably. And we also have Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. So yeah, go
And we only need like 5 more followers,
Yeah.
I think, to hit our goal to
Yes.
whatever I mean,
Yep. Well,
whatever the Twitch thing is. I
yeah.
don't really know how it works, but
Our Hogney was mentioning in the chat before that we don't have the bits yet, and I think we have to actually become an affiliate. Before we can do that, which means that we have to have 50 followers and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the 50 followers is the last thing we need. So
7. We need 7 more.
oh, we
to
need
share
7 more people.
with your friends.
yes,
Let's
share.
go.
Help us!
Share.
We're so
Yeah,
close.
So close. And then we can put the bits up there, and then you can just send us bits, and it'll work easier. But then again, thank you so much for following us and watching. We appreciate it so much, and we can't wait to see you next time down by the lakeside. We'll see ya.